Good morning, students. It's Vivek, your psychology teacher. Today is the first lecture towards what psychology is and what is the distribution of the marks and what all to be done. Now, psychology 11th has 100 marks in total, which is further divided into 70 for theory and 30 practical marks. Now, students, you all need to buy the NCRT psychology book for now, and there are about 9 chapters in total in your theory, which will be covered during the course of your time. The practical, on the other hand, carries 30 marks. Now, the 30 marks are further divided into practical file. I'll just explain you each of them one by one. Practical file is for 5 marks. Project file will be again your 5 marks. Viva will be 5 marks. And one experiment that you are supposed to do in your exam carries 15 marks. So this all makes 30 in total. Now, you all are supposed to make 2 files, which is a practical file and a project file. Now, practical file in class 11th, you are supposed to do 2 practicals where you will be doing 2 experiments during your course. And also you will be making one project file which will be covering once we start with the schools. When the school reopens, we'll be covering all the practicals, experiments that you will be doing in class 11th, which will be 2 practicals, 2 experiments, and a project file. Viva, you will be asked the questions. It can be from the practical file plus also from the project file, which carries 5 marks. Now, as I said, in practical file you will be making 2 experiments. Now, during 2 experiments, out of those 2 experiments, during your practical exam, you are supposed to do one experiment. Now, that experiment carries 15 marks. Now, those 15 marks is for your interpretation and conclusions. Now, how do you how do you conduct the experiment? Are you conducting it in an appropriate manner? If yes, you get a mark for your conduction. And how do you interpret the results? These 2 things it covers into your experiment marks during your exams in psychology practical, which is 15 marks. Now, coming on to the syllabus part, which is your theory part, the first thing in your chapter, in your NCRT book, the first chapter is what is psychology. Now, psychology is actually a study of, is formally defined as a study of human behavior, experiences, and mental processes. Now, what is human behavior and what is how is it related to psychology? Now, we all do one or the other things in our life every day. We meet so many people every day, and when you meet different people every day, you have your evaluation, you have your own interpretation towards this. We make our friends, we make our best friends, we make friends, we have our parents, we have our relatives. Somewhere we like them, somewhere we don't, somewhere we think they are right, somewhere we think they are wrong. Is because our own interpretation towards their behavior. So behavior is nothing but but how you behave. Now, sometimes people behave in a in a very well manner, and in a very humble way. Sometimes people behave in a very rude, in a very inappropriate way. So these are our reactions, our responses to a certain conditions, to certain situations. So this is all about the human behavior, how we behave. Second, it is defined as that psychology is study of, as I said, human behavior. We've done human behavior, experiences, and mental processes. Now, what are experiences? Now, do you agree to this statement? I think you would agree that we all learn through experiences. We all learn, for example, if we have done a mistake which is 6 months before, and again today if we try to do the same mistake, we won't do it in a certain way. We might think that these are the consequences that came across to me when I did this certain kind of a mistake, the similar mistake 6 months before. So we always try to learn through experiences. Whatever, sometimes we do wrong deeds, we learn from wrong deeds. Sometimes we do good deeds, we learn from good deeds as well. So it entirely depends upon how do we take it, how do we learn from those experiences. And human experiences, it adds to our human behavior. And the third one is the mental processes. How does our mind work? Now, for example, if I give a similar kind of a task to all the students, now there will be students who would complete a task in 1 minute. There will be students who would complete a task in 2 minutes. Some will take 10 minutes, some will take 15 minutes. How does our mind work? It is again dependent upon our intelligence, our intellectual level. So mental processes are nothing but the process that takes place in our mind. How quickly, how accurately we do that particular task, how do we interpret it, how does we conclude it, and how do we complete that particular task in the most appropriate, in less accurate, in more accuracies and less mistakes. That is how our mind would work. And yes, this is what is psychology as a formal definition, that it is a definition which defines psychology as a study of human behavior, our mental processes, and the third one is the experiences. This is all about in first or 2 pages of your NCRT book. What I'll do is I'll send you the PDF today of your psychology first chapter, and please go through the first and the second page of first chapter. If you don't understand anything, please come back to me, ask me in the group. I will be more than happy. Thank you.